My question for you is, do you see what's happening with, we were just talking about this actually, like you were telling me about an artist who's like, her thing or their thing is like, they're all about like women empowering themselves through like their sexuality and sex and all of that. Like, and that's a, you know, that's a big cultural movement that we're making as a country. I'm sorry, get out of my face. As a country right now, we're all empowered by different things. We all feel empowered by different things. Some women feel empowered through, you know, their physicality, through like showing off their body. Some women are empowered by covering up and wearing turtlenecks. Some women are empowered by like their careers. Some are empowered by like marrying a rich, well-off man. Like everyone's different.
If you're taking a laid-back, I guess, approach to sex, like you can do whatever you want with your body. It's your body.
It's your body.
Like, but I don't see her as that kind of parent.
No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I didn't preach that.
But do you still have those opinions today? Like
I do. I do because I was raised by the village, and What
do you mean by that?
Like. Everybody got to raise you. You know,
I get that.
I was raised by the older people that they would call older, and so you had to have morals, and you had to have self-respect, and so the way the kids and these young women let their ass hang out of their pants, no, because you need to leave something to the imagination. If you're giving it all to them, then what is left? It's not even left. And so, you know, the old saying, what my grandmother and the older people used to say, why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free? And so, no, I feel like when you are empowered as just a woman and you respect yourself because you are the gift, then you're not only the gift, you're the prize. I'm it. So you need to respect me in this manner, and then you will get what you come for.
Isn't it so crazy though? Like the direction that sexuality and meeting people and dating has taken. I've never done. Well, one time I did an online dating thing, and that's like after I was married, and I was.
Which one did you do?
Oh, it was a long time ago. So I did like Tinder? Yahoo Personals. Oh, so this was a long time ago.
Yeah, before it was like Tinder.
I know. I was like, I think I want to meet women because this man thing ain't working. So I met a lady on there, and God, we talk. So I was like,
I don't think I could handle that.
I mean, she talked to that whole. I'm like, all right, let me just pay, and let me just okay. And she's like, are we a couple now? I'm like, I don't even talk. How are we a couple, girl?
Oh my God.
I'm like, is this how we operate? I just happened. I know this is corny, but I was watching one of those rom-coms, and I almost blame where we're going as a society as far as dating to the decline of rom-coms, because I was watching a really cute rom-com and they were falling in love and they were looking While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, and they were looking into each other's eyes and they were falling in love. I'm like, what happened to this cute love?
Yeah, right. I think it still exists.
It definitely
I think it still exists.
Where?
Yeah.
Help me find it.
She said where.
Help me find it.
Is it gone out of LA?
No, I think young women don't demand it. You have to set your standards and have them meet them.
We just want likes nowadays on Instagram, so I got to show it all, right?
You can't get likes.
True that.
And so I just feel like you need to have high standards. They will meet it if you make them respect you. But if you are loose with it and say, oh, it's okay, you can have another one.
Do you really think that's possible? I don't think there's anything wrong with sleeping around. If you want to do it, then do it. As long as it doesn't affect me, like do what you want to do, what makes you feel good. It's a struggle living in a world where, you know, where you can swipe left and like find someone to sleep with. It's at your fingertips at any moment.
Well,
so men don't approach you in the same way that they used to.
Because women have brought down the standards. The next generation after me have brought down the standards. And so they feel like, I have 5 women and you're going to accept it because you're looking for a man. And no, I'm not.
Competition.
Yeah, I was working on a pitch for some marketing thing we were doing in New York. I didn't sleep all night, had to be on a call by 2 p.m. After not sleeping. And I told my boss, I said, I can't do this. And he didn't look at me and say, oh, you didn't get any sleep. He goes, you better get it together.
Then I'm going to go take a nap.
He said, you better.
Because I believe in siestas.
All right. He says, you better get it together because we're about to get on this call and it's $1 million, you know, mega $1 million thing on the line. You better get it together. Damn. And a girl looks at me and goes, do you need Adderall? I'm like, God damn.
Oh my
This
God.
is the world we're living in. The pressure is so intense, and the phone calls and the texts why aren't people crazy?
Yeah.
That's insane.
What are we doing?
That's insane.
Why
I had like an epiphany this past week because I've been getting to a point where like I've just been feeling so overwhelmed.
Me
too.
too.
Like, and I didn't know what was happening. I was just so emotional all the time, and I'm like, what's going on? And I realized it's because I'm connected all the time.
Oh God,
Yeah.
It's awful.
My
It's
world
awful.
is on these devices, on my laptop at home, on my
Awful.
computer at work. That's my world. I
Yep.
don't live in the real world.
Yeah,
Right?
Many of us
Isn't that
don't.
crazy?
Never when I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
That's
what's-
it. When I sleep.
Yep.
Even when I'm like at the gym working out, I'm listening to a podcast.
Well, how can we date? We're
I
not
never
dating in the real
disconnect.
world. We're on our
then-
things.
Exactly.
So then why, when you go to the gym to do self-care, you just leave it in the car?
I know, but you need something to like.
Like some music.
We
or
never
something
needed
else.
it before.
That's,
I know.
We didn't have it when we were your
people
age going to the gym. We just...
But people expect you now. But people expect you. When I mean, oh my God, I got an email at midnight. The moment I walked in the office, did you see that note that? I'm like, wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's how connected we are. And maybe I need to maybe we need to step back and just put up our boundaries. Like,
I
you know
think
what?
so.
It's midnight.
Yeah.
I'm not checking emails.
Honestly,
So how about you
That's
not?
what I'm
Starting to
slowly
put up the
learning that
boundaries.
is that we're the ones who need to put the boundaries for ourselves.
hard.
We're the only ones who care about our own mental health.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who care about our own well-being. Like, we're going to care about ourselves the most. out
But
of
do you
anyone
feel
else.
like if you
So-
don't, you fall behind though, and you run the risk of, oh, that person's not
Define-
on it. That person's not as on it as this
Yeah,
person
but they're
is.
going to burn out.
That's true.
I think when you deliver good work,
Yeah.
then you're always on it.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
gotta have time to
You're right.
replenish.
You're right.
And if you don't replenish, then I can't give you 100%.
And if you
Yeah.
fall off, they're
So
not going to care. They're going to replace
They
you.
don't. You're replaced immediately.
Immediately.
So
Okay.
do what you need to do for yourself, and then you can always produce 100%.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to take care of yourself, because if you're not replenishing yourself, you have nothing to give.
When that happened, I think that's when that's when I realized, oh, shit's changed. It wasn't like, oh, you do look tired. You should rest. He just said, we're about to get on a call. You better shape up right now. You better get
That's
with it.
crazy.
I'm like,
Yeah, because they need you. They need
like,
you to make that
I'm
money
a
for them.
person.
yeah.
I'm not
I'm like,
a machine.
I didn't sleep 24 hours. Okay, wow.
Oh
that's
my
what
gosh.
it's like game time.
Yeah.
But then it's
And that's why
it's-
we're all so susceptible to like taking like prescription or
happening.
non-prescription
Right.
drugs to
Yeah.
help us through this thing called life. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm taking such a depressing approach to this, but no,
Yeah.
but
No.
it's all
Oh, no,
in
but
our
it's true.
hands. We have control of
You
our
do.
own lives,
Yeah.
and I think we need to take a hold of that control again.
yeah.
And
because
that's
I
what
think before it was Adderall, like, but caffeine pills. Like,
Oh, remember
caffeine
Jesse
Caffeine
Spano?
pills.
Yeah.
Jesse Spano.
Oh, on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I feel as if, like, when my husband's at home and he worked in the office, and it was on his off day, if he got a call and he was on the phone for an hour, I was like, okay, so that is 3-hour overtime, you know, or you need to clock that time as overtime, because now they're calling you on your day off and you don't have time to replenish, you don't have time to spend with your family, you know.
That's true.
So you need to be paid for that time.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if he had to be on a phone call for an hour, then he would, you know, put
Yeah.
in for that hour. And if it was only a 10 or 15 minute, then it's like 10 or 15 minutes. But damn, he was working like 2 phones.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, you need to have time to replenish and
Yeah.
be just
In the moment,
with your
Yeah.
family.
in real life, with your
Yes.
family, with
Yeah.
the people you love.
You know, I think it's important too. As I'm getting older, and somebody said this to me one day, being with your girlfriends. You know, so we talk about where do I meet men, blah blah blah. But sometimes you need to get with your girlfriends and be like, what's going on with you? Like, just to kind of like have another have another female and kind of like, girl, I'm going through this too. Like how do we deal with this at work and at home and all the pressures?
Yeah.
And I think those friendships become more important.
They do.
And I need to I've noticed that lately I've just started kind of reconnecting with my girlfriends again. I've kind of became a recluse and doing my like work and then my stand-up comedy, and then I was like, I don't know, everybody's having babies and they seem like their lives were turned into a thing that mine wasn't.
That must be such a weird space. I've thought about that before. It's like when all of your friends start having kids, what is that like?
Then I realized my girls and they're still your friends. I think it surprised my boyfriend to see I hung out with them recently and I'm all like doing weird things and he's like, wait, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm with my girls. That kind of came back. I'm sorry you saw that. Deal with it. We're weird. And you need that. You need somebody to be weird and real with.
But have you guys found that
in the human touch, of your girls touching you like, hey, girl,
we do that.
Everything, because we're emotional people. So, we touch and we, really get into each other. Yeah. So I think that's what, gets you replenished too.
Yeah. You need that connection.
And because when you're going to work, you're competing.
Those are your friends.
And why are you competing? and they're not really your family because they're conditional. So you need to be with unconditional people where you can just be transparent and you can relax and it's no judgment, like no for real judgment. And you can just really let your hair down and you like going to sleep. You can go to sleep,
good.
And it feels so much better. So I think you need to say, okay, this week I'm gonna
hang out with my friends.
Only if you had an hour. It doesn't matter.
It does. It replenishes you.
It's not about how much time you have. It's about the quality of time you have. So if it's just a little time, then it's a little time.
It replenishes you. No family dates. No like, our friends with your. I don't need my man there. I don't want their man there. I know. I just want my
It's just pure.
I think you need a balance. Like you spend time with your man, then you spend time with your family, then you spend time with your girls. Like all of that is healthy.
It's about balance. We all know it's about balance.
Yes.
But so many of us like have such a hard time doing that because our society
there's so much
pressure on. There's so much pressure.
So much pressure to get ahead.
I'm becoming very selective with the people that I have around me.
That happens.
And like that includes like romantic relationships and like friendships. I feel like before when you're like super young, you're just like friends with everyone and anyone.
Right.
Like, oh my God, let's party, let's party, let's drink, let's do this, let's do that. Oh my God, yeah. Like you don't really, you're not selective about the quality of people that you're with. But now I'm like very much reaching the point where it's like I want people who have like I can see your
good
soul.
energy.
Like
I know what you mean.
Soul.
Like the vibe.
You're pure.
Kind of
and I don't feel drained after I spend time
right.
with you.
That's a great feeling.
That's such a big thing. It's like
it's a vibe that you get from people.
So, your energy matches theirs. And it just works.
Just like babies, I feel like be having like, nah, I don't really vibe with that person. Now, like babies have this like
they do.
Yeah.
Babies, I know animals.
Then it's a natural thing.
Yeah. It's a natural thing. I think like we feel it too. It's like your energy.
Oh, for
like
sure.
Like when you feel like, even when people like walk into the room, like you can feel like, I know. Yeah, like
definitely.
If they're negative or if you're vibing with someone, you can feel it too.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I remember there was a woman I met, and she became sort of my mentor. I have no idea how old she is because she always looks beautiful. So she walked into the room that first time, and I was like, I don't know, just something hit me. Like,
it's the energy.
Jesus. I told her, I'm like, you walk in on a cloud. That's like, she goes, really? I'm like, yeah.
It's a person's soul.
When she walks in, she consumes the room.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm friends with this 75-year-old I'm Persian. She's also Persian. I'm like legitimately friends with this 75-year-old Persian woman at my gym. And like she's the most beautiful person to me. Like I like every day I see her, I'm like, hello, beautiful. Like you're so beautiful. Like when she smiles, like I feel so good and warm and like I don't know. It's funny how that changes. Like and you feel energized by
someone else's energy.
People like that.
So am I asking too much if I like you had that post the other day on your Instagram? So you were alluding to it. Like what kind of What happened there?
I'd like
you
to
want to
make
post
the
that?
shift.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Well, you don't.
What was the
have
post?
you don't have
What?
Instagram?
No,
right?
she
No,
does.
I have Instagram. I
Oh,
mean,
you do?
I have.
What? You have Instagram, but you don't have Facebook or anything?
Who wants Facebook? I
And you were
hate
talking-
Facebook. I hate
Just because I can
Facebook.
post a picture when I'm traveling or post a picture
Right.
Oh, okay.
whenever.
Should I-
And I don't have to do too much work.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like
And
Facebook.
low
I'm over that.
maintenance. I don't have to engage you.
Should I read the post or just give a summary?
No, I like
What is
it.
the
Read it.
post?
Read it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was just a photo of myself, and I said, and this was
She was
earlier
beautiful,
in
by
this
the way.
week. Okay, I'm gonna be totally and unapologetically real here. It seems like it's taking me much longer to get over things like the shooting that took place near my hometown last week. It's the city my mom and sister live in. My sister had been at a neighboring bar that same night. It physically sickened me when I heard what happened and to realize there's literally nothing I can do to protect the people I love. It genuinely made me question some ways I was looking at and approaching my life. I'm not perfect, I'm not trying to be, but in the aftermath of something so appalling and tragic, I'm trying to create something positive in myself because I simply can't stay stagnant. Growing pains like a mofo.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Support that,
the
yeah.
shooting and the fires definitely
know.
like
Back to
propelled
back,
that, like that pushed that moment for me. And then the epiphany of like, wow, I'm like so connected to this that I'm disconnected from
Yeah.
Real
this.
things.
This
Yeah.
human connection.
I know.
I've
You definitely
disconnected
need it.
from that. And like, once I realized that and once that shooting happened, like I literally was like physically sickened because like my family's my everything. If anything
Right.
were to happen to them,
Oh,
like I don't
I
know
know.
what I would do. We lost our dad like how long ago was it? 8 years ago? So like I already know what it's like to lose a family member. I can't even imagine losing either my mom or sister now, you know?
Yeah.
And so that kind of like re-grounded me in a way. It kind of feels like those fires were almost necessary to re-ground people. To separate some people from the materialistic items that
Yeah.
they own, and like
Oh,
it's
that's
not
interesting.
about that.
Yeah.
Because you hear about people going to these shelters to escape the fires and stuff, and they're just with their families playing board games
Which
or
is
talking.
so-
or-
Yeah.
It's under tragic and terrible circumstances, but it
Yeah.
brings us together
It
again.
does.
You know what I
It
mean?
does.
And like I think that's what we've all lost is like when we were growing up, we used to we had
had
family
board
dinners.
games, yeah.
We would play board games. We had family
Monopoly.
Friday movie nights every
Yeah.
night. Go to Blockbuster, pick out a movie, sit
You're
together as a
right.
family.
Yeah.
You know, and we're losing those things as people, as couples, even like in our relationships. We're laying in bed next to each other, scrolling
You're
On the
both
phone.
on your phone.
Yeah.
and
On
it's
the
like
phone.
we're literally connected. We're in different universes now.
Yep.
It's true. I remember when videos first came out, we had cable and videos, and I couldn't control how much garbage the girls was watching when I left. So I took the cable out of the house and turned it in, and we just had no TV. And they had to play and socialize, and that's what they had to do. And I just feel like you have to figure out what you can sacrifice for the betterment of your family, and that's what you sacrifice. TV's never been really important to me anyway. But then when I had to raise females that I wanted to be just strong individuals, I couldn't have them looking at them hookers on the videos with their ass out and their titties out, and men calling them bees
And hoes.
and hoes. So
What does that mean?
what a be a
Bitches and hoes.
bitches.
yeah, that just not gonna work for me because that's not who they are. And media and music and everything that feeds your
Mental.
unconscious, subliminal. It's subliminal and it feeds your unconscious. And then the minute that somebody call you a B, then you feel like, oh, he ain't talking to me, you know, or it's okay. Where back in my day, B was a fighting word. We're not a B. That's just not what I am, and that's like we gonna fight. So I took cable box out of my house because I had to leave the house. So I couldn't control it, and I wasn't letting them watch that.
So
garbage.
I have a question: How if you had like young kids today,
We
'cause
wouldn't have cable.
It's but things
But
have
I don't
progressed
have
like so
cable
fast.
either.
Like, but today you can't.
People have cable because
like
it's stupid now.
Can't control.
So I have cable, and I'm like, why do I have this thing? I don't watch
cable
it.
anymore.
Yeah,
People,
I haven't had cable in 7 years.
A lot of people have. I'm like, why do I still have this thing? I don't even watch it.
So like to speak to your point, since like Zoe is younger, she has a Roku, but we also control like what she watches. She has to ask, like, can she watch certain things, and then other things like is locked.
Does she have a phone?
No, girl.
No. What do they need a phone for?
Kids have phones.
Young kids have
need
phones.
a phone for? Let me tell you.
No, not
They
as
sure
kids.
do.
I mean, she knows how
Isn't
to
that
watch my
crazy?
phone. She knows how to take pictures. She knows how to do videos.
Yeah.
If she
They
just
sure
knows off
do.
memory, like.
I know. Who
it
are they
says
calling?
Mom, but like since she sees the picture, like she knows like, oh, that's Granny. I can call Granny, and she knows like recognition.
Right.
Just like when she sees like her dad's name, like she knows like I can call my dad.
Right.
But she don't need no phone.
Well, phone is not to call anybody anymore. Anyway, a phone's more
But
like
I'm
a
just
little
saying, like, she
computer.
doesn't need
Yeah,
no
but
phone. But she has like, so my mom got her a tablet. So like that's easier to control than just giving her like an iPad and then she can go search the internet. But on the tablet, like these are these little kiddie games. You gonna play, leapfrog.
Right.
You're not gonna get on YouTube and watch them open the darn egg. And there's a surprise in there. Like that's doing nothing.
What's that?
Yeah, like some kids.
What's a dark egg? You call it a dark egg. What's that? I want to know what that is.
There's this like thing. I guess it's like
It's a truth. It's a thing.
Yes, it's a thing. Like kids watch other kids watch open eggs and like there's things inside.
What?
Yes, they're like eggs.
the chocolate eggs.
No, they're
It's
like
an egg.
It's like an egg,
And it cracks.
And it
And
cracks.
then it opens and whatever.
like a
garbage is in
surprise,
it.
whatever
Yeah,
it comes
like a
out.
surprise.
But they just keep opening them. Like
What?
I have
That's
other
kinda
people.
stupid.
It's really
Random.
dumb. Really dumb. I have other parents
Things
tell
that
me
get
that
popular.
they let their kids watch this stuff, and I'm just like, no,
What-
she
what
cannot.
for?
They're
There's
like,
so much.
There's so
weird
much
stuff.
There's so
out
much
there.
stuff online.
There's
Yeah,
so
that's why I'm
much
like, no,
stuff.
she doesn't need a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I know things are changing because my sisters got phones earlier.
But they had the boost.
Yeah, they
So
had that
the
next
chirp.
to open
What
the
is
booth.
that?
The
What is
chirp.
Yeah.
that?
Huh?
You don't-
Becca, you don't
y'all
remember?
are
Oh, she's young. Oh no, I'm not.
You don't remember
I had
chirp? At all?
Yeah, I remember.
It was like a
oh, the
two-way
one that was
phone
like
call.
a.
It was like a
They
walkie.
chirp you.
They chirp you.
Because I was just trying to figure that out yesterday.
Okay.
I was like, no, I was like, what? I was like, that's that phone that used to also
Okay,
kind of
so
be like
let
a
me tell
walkie-talkie.
Peggy what it is.
Yeah, what is that? What
Okay,
is
so let me
that?
tell Peggy. So
It was
it's
a
called,
chirp.
It was
called a chirp?
It was called chirp. So it was a next
But it was
tail.
on your
It was like boost.
That's the camera.
No, it was like neck. It was like sprint.
That's me.
It was like sprint.
That's my camera.
She
Don't
said,
try
"Don't
to
look."
steal my camera.
Yeah.
It's like sprint. So what you did.
That's
It
you.
was the chirp.
Right. So what it was like, it was a code. It was a code. And I mean, you had a number
my
too,
God.
but basically it was a code. So for like from my phone to your phone, like it would send me your chirp, and then to like
Then you
alert
answer.
What was
Then
the
I would just like,
was it like
I would
no
like-
minutes or something?
no,
Like,
like,
what- like,
I
what
was
was
the
the value add?
But
It
it was
was-
the beginning.
It was
to
the
how I can
beginning
talk.
and
Hey,
how to
girl,
talk.
What you doing?
It was really quick. And so my cousin used to get mad. He was like, "Don't come through my phone," because what you could do is like you'd be like, "Peggy, answer the phone," and then like it'd be like a walkie-talkie. So like right now your phone. be
Oh,
like,
that's hilarious! I
You're like-
remember now. Oh my
And
god!
we like,
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
like,
one of the first
and
phones.
since on
I remember the
speaker,
Palm Pilot.
everyone could hear
Yeah,
you.
that was
Yeah,
for the
and you could like bedazzle your earbuds. I would like bedazzle mine.
Yeah,
you don't remember that? I need to look it up for you.
I remember pagers.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
You remember pagers?
do you guys know the flip phones are coming back for
Oh
kids?
my
Thank
God.
goodness. I was hearing about it. I want a flip phone
people
again.
Are not is not giving their kids the smartphones now. They're
Good.
starting to get the flip phone
Good.
to where they can just make a phone call.
That's,
so
that's what it
wild.
should
Yeah,
be.
but I don't think kids need phones because I'm dropping you off at
School.
her house.
But you know what's going
Oh.
on nowadays?
But a lot of people
And
don't
she
have
called me.
a house
People are shooting
phone.
up schools and stuff.
Before-
It's like I'd rather my child have a phone
Exactly.
in a way.
Yeah, I get that,
But
like
can you
before-
limit who they're calling
Yeah,
though?
you
Now
can-
that would be nice.
Do you remember the old phone that used to be on like infomercials? The old people phone where it's like 4 numbers you can call, like an
No,
emergency. Yeah,
I know
like,
the big thing.
It was like you could call
It was a
like
kid's
your
phone,
mom.
too.
It was a kid's phone. It's like you can call your mom, your dad, and 911.
You know what? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there
Yes.
was only like 3 numbers you could call, and then like
That's all they
enough.
need.
That's all they need.
Call mom.
But I
then.
get it. Like I'm
Call
dropping
the
you off at school.
Yeah.
They call me anyway. So like,
go
why
to
do
the
you need
office and call me.
Yeah, why do you need a phone?
Okay, you were just telling us before we started shooting that you watch. What do you call it again?
The negative.
The negative, which
What's that?
means the
news.
That's all she watches is the
Is
news.
the she calls it the negative because all they report is negative.
It's
Okay,
I
it
watch
bleeds,
round
it
table
leads.
So you
stuff.
know better
If it
than
bleeds,
any
it
of
leads.
us that
Table
there
reads.
are shootings after shooting after shooting in this country, especially on school campuses. So like,
say how many happened?
so
Yes,
you know,
it
we're
was like
saying
more than.
And what
300.
happens? They're gonna
So-
ring you. They have that big ring that calls everybody, and I'm gonna come down to school and get you.
Yeah, but you can't get.
But you need to make sure you're at the school and you're not ditching.
You're not ditching.
So if I come to the school
And you're gone.
and you're gone,
It's a
that's
problem.
I only ditched once, and I did.
Senior ditch day.
Oh, senior! No, I ditched with my my bestie Danya and then my
Danya?
cousin Vanya Danya.
Are you serious?
And then my cousin, yeah.
Are you making this up?
No, it's so funny when I met her in 9th grade and we were sitting in a row and the teacher was like, "And Danya," I was like, Vanya, and then she goes, and Vanya, she goes, Danya, and then we're like, no, and then she's such a
Instant best
sweetheart.
friends.
She passed away though when she was 23, but
Jeez.
she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. So I only ditched with her, and we even hitchhike. I don't think anybody can do. I used to hitchhike a lot when I was a kid.
What?
Heck no. I hitchhike. Oh, and sometimes if I'm walking home, like even from work, I remember back in the day, but that was like the old school, old society.
No.
Someone sees you
Yeah.
walking, they're like, "You need a ride up to your place."
No.
But this was the 90s
Ain't
in
nobody
DC.
getting a ride.
Yeah.
I got rides a lot, and ditching.
No.
I mean, in hitchhiking, only one time did I get worried. Okay, twice. 2 times I got worried. One time it was an older man in a van, and I was trying to get to
That
school.
should scream.
Right?
That should
I don't know anything.
scream.
No.
I'm like
Right.
14.
I'm about to
the
get
biggest
murked.
nerd. Like imagine real nerd. Like
No.
tape. And I'm like, I gotta get to school. I gotta get to school. It doesn't matter that I missed the bus. I gotta get to school. And so I went to the corner liquor store, and I was like, did the bus? My school bus already leave? They're like, they left already. I'm like, I gotta get to school. And some guy goes, I'll take you to school. I'm like, oh, cool, okay. And then I got in his van, and then I'm sitting in there, and then something, I'm like, that spidey sense go off, even as a 14, 15-year-old. You're like,
Yes.
Your intuition.
well, like,
Yeah, it definitely tells.
Yeah.
big, and he's looking at me in a strange
Could've been
way,
a
and he's
serial
locking the doors,
killer.
and I'm like, okay, time to talk a lot. So I started just talking to the point where he was like, okay, you gotta go. He opened the door, he's like, you gotta go. I'm like, okay, bye.
the one time it comes in handy.
I'm
She's
funky and conservative.
funky and conservative.
Yeah. She ratchet and funky. Yeah. 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 No, it's ratchet and conservative. And she was not raised that way. That was not what I raised.
This is not me.
Exactly.
I mean, and I'm a nudist, but I'm a nudist in your own environment.
Yes.
And
then
I'm
that-
sexy when you go out.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
Back up.
So
Come on.
you label yourself as a conservative person, but you're a nudist?
Oh, nudist
Yeah,
at
I'm a
home.
nudist in your
Like
own
at
environment.
home.
Because I feel like,
I like being naked at home.
why
Yeah.
be okay, so I'm raising females.
Yes.
So you walked
And
around
Naked all the time.
with the kids?
So now I do
And
it.
because
I walk
you know
around
what? I want them to be
secure.
happy with their body and secure.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter what size or shape. If you can walk around comfortable in your own skin and in your
Exactly.
body, it don't matter if
Exactly.
it's skinny, if it's thick, what it is. If you got a flaw here, it don't matter because we can always dress it up.
Yeah, that's good.
But so you really,
It's all about confidence.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're totally exposed, then
That's when you
it
love
builds
yourself
confidence.
the most. Yeah. So like I think I got that from her because like I walk around naked and like
With
Zoe, she's totally comfortable.
Does she
I'm
do it
typically
too?
naked at home.
Zoe
She-
walks around naked too.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So when she
Okay.
goes to sleep,
But
she just in her underwear.
Are you a little bit worried that like maybe that'll make her think that it's okay to like take her clothes off in front of just anybody?
No,
No,
you
she
teach.
does
That's
it.
your teaching.
Yeah.
at
She
So
home.
what do you
does
teach
it at
her?
home.
At home,
Yeah,
even
or
when there's
like
a
at
friend
Granny's
over.
house when we go somewhere else, she totally wants to put on full pajamas. It's like a mental thing.
Even her panties.
Yeah.
And I be telling her, Zoe, you can't wear panties to bed. You need to let your private stuff.
Oh, really?
hang
Oh, I
out.
have to wear them to bed.
I not
can't
only call
sleep.
it your private stuff, I tell her, your vagina needs to be aired out.
I can't sleep without my underwear.
No, you
I don't know why. Yeah,
You
I
gotta
don't
let
know
it
why.
breathe, girl.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have to put something
Yeah.
on.
I recently
Indeed,
started
my
not
my
wearing-
pajama underwear.
Yeah.
One
Pajama
time, it's so
underwear.
funny because when we lived in Pasadena, we had like windows open. So like, since we're so comfortable walk around naked one time, because you could like see in the house
for
when
sure.
it gets dark.
I'm the
out.
naked neighbor.
We didn't have
a
curtains.
Yeah, I'm the naked neighbor too.
Yeah, so my mom used to be like, "You guys need to put on clothes. There's a crackhead gonna rape you." I'm like,
Oh my God.
But I'm just like, you get so comfortable,
Yeah.
like in your own skin, which you should be.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm like,
that's true.
I was thinking about that one day when all the people were driving on my street one time. I'm like, well, as I was at the fridge drinking naked, I was like, I think I'm the naked neighbor. I'm like, because I'm not gonna shut the curtains.
But
I like to leave them open.
Yeah, I didn't even have curtains up. But
all.
later, I did get curtains for their bedrooms. So
Oh.
the coverings. And then my husband saw the kids that lived in back of us with binoculars looking in.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
like,
my
Heidi, they're
God.
looking in with binoculars. I said, well, they're getting ready to see it all. And then when they noticed that we knew them, then they jumped back. I said, those kids didn't learn that on their own. They daddies and mamas was looking in here, so they getting ready to get a whole nother shot.
I have a question though. What about with your husband though? Because you had like you were all just naked in the house. With
Oh, well, he wasn't there.
When he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then as they got older, because I have one child that is extremely modest.
Extraordinary.
Just like my husband.
Aw.
My husband's extremely modest. And so
She's one of those who puts her towels on and then like puts her panties in her bra and under her
Aw.
towel.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's a lot of effort.
But she can come in the bathroom.
That's a lot of
when
effort.
you're
When you're in the bathroom.
I like that too.
But
I like
you
no boundaries.
Yeah.
I like almost zero boundaries.
I used to be super like that. Like in the locker room in middle school and high school, I used to cover up when I was changing. Like, I keep my
Nah, we
bra-
got the same
put my
thing.
bra
Yeah,
on.
I'm almost zero
Body
boundaries.
shame me.
Now I don't care. Now I don't care.
Is
Like,
it weird if your man is never mind? I'm just saying I have almost zero boundaries. Like if he never mind.
No,
if he's
same.
on the toilet and you come in and you just sit on his lap, like, hey babe, what's going on? Is that zero boundaries? Is that
That's
too
zero
much?
boundaries.
That's where I live.
But can he even concentrate? Would you
Yeah,
say?
he's
he
fine.
doing on the
It depends
toilet
on
is
the
the
man because some
question.
men are so funny about the bathroom, which I think
That's
is
kinda
weird.
weird.
I think
Really? Why are you so funny about that? I think we have
is he
zero
weird
boundaries.
about it? Is he weird about
I
it?
would never do that.
My man that I did that with, it was not weird about it. And,
I would be really
And
weird
Paul
about
Lim of 10 years was obviously not weird about anything.
I don't know.
But,
I'm
like,
just not sitting on.
right? Like, what you doing, babe?
Yeah.
You know?
But I am like, if he's using the bathroom,
But
I
you
am
come in
like
there and stand and
talking.
do your makeup.
Yeah, your makeup.
Some,
I brush your
some
teeth.
are so funny about
Take a
that. Even like,
shower.
I am
No.
in the bathroom, Vanya. Man,
No, I'm brushing.
chill
my
out.
But then he wouldn't be the one for you.
Right.
True.
He wouldn't be the one for you.
No, some couples don't like fart
Yeah.
in front of each other. Like
I know couples like that.
there are people like that. So it's like
You
I
gotta
wonder
let it go.
I know
Well, then-
couples
like to
like
be in that
that.
relationship.
You gotta, you can't hold it.
Have
Right?
air freshener.
Right? When my boyfriend finally did that in front of me, and he's, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm like, thank God you're
Yeah,
a human.
finally.
Yeah. I'm starting to think you were Data. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh my
Now it gets to a point where my husband's just like, please don't drink the milk.
Oh, I know.
Ice cream.
Oh, I can't. I know. So good. Yeah,
My
zero
question
boundaries.
from earlier though was
Yes.
about because someone mentioned intuition, right?
Did we?
So,
yeah, when she got in the car with
Okay.
that old,
Right.
old
Oh,
yeah.
right?
Your
Oh, I
intuition-
knew I was going to be.
She got in the van with the old rapist.
A little baby even knows.
my
Like,
God.
wait a minute. Yeah.
like
Everybody
your radar.
has
You're
intuition.
So I feel like I don't know. As you get like older, you start to trust your intuition a little bit more and more. But like, where's the line? Because I'm trying to find it myself, so I need some help. Where's the line between like following your gut and being like, I don't know if this person's good for me, versus like being too judgy and being like, and
Ooh, that's a
passing
good
off
question.
people that could be good for you, but you're just like being too judgmental.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I find myself being judgy a lot, and I have to like bring it back in.
But how do you know the
I be
difference
judging
between-
kids.
Oh,
Sometimes they deserve to be judged.
well, when I'm judging kids, I'm really judging their parents. I'm not judging the kids. Because if I have to think about why your kid's acting a damn fool, that means
But
you
like
are the
you,
problem.
no, because like Zoe can act a fool. That doesn't mean I raise her, and she just having a bad day. She on her baby period.
No, you just had a
Well,
baby
kids don't
too.
have
Oh,
boundaries, you know.
I definitely think like it just depends.
Yeah.
On sometimes how the kid is feeling that day, because sometimes like I do want to snatch Zoe up and be like, "What is your problem today? Like, why are you so whiny?" And like other days, I'm like, "Oh, you were so good today. Let me get you a treat."
Oh, I love it. Shoot, well, I guess I'm kind of got to be a spinster, so all I got are my cats. So all I could compare it to is like, oh, I guess like when my cat keeps slapping my face in the morning. I'm like,
oh my God!
don't play
Your
with
cat-
mommy.
Does your cat do that too?
Yeah, it's like, mommy. I'm like, get off me. I'm going to take that little paw, put it down. Going to put that little paw down.
Okay,
Don't
so
touch
I
my-
used to hate cats. I used to.
Yeah,
I was like, they're all bitches on their period at all times. I hated them. I was a dog person, and then like my apartment doesn't allow dogs, and like it would be cruel for me to get a dog because I'm at work so much. So I decided to look for a shelter cat, and I fell in love with mine, Marlo, and like that taught me so much because I've learned that like there's so many things that we say like we hate or don't like without even trying them out, without even giving them a chance, and like I don't know. I took that as such a big lesson because it's like all of the things I always said no to, and like I would never do that, and I was judgy about. When I did it, I was like, oh, I kind of like this.
Yeah. I want to go back to the point where you said, "Am I judging?"
Yeah.
Looking for a mate, a lover, a man, a husband. Looking for a husband. That's what I'm gonna say because you're at the age that you're looking for a husband. So. You don't waste your
Not
time.
against it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Don't do it. I'm just kidding.
well, I'm not gonna say don't do it because I'm 31 years this month. So,
Oh, congratulations.
But let me tell you,
Wow.
when I got married,
Okay, let me soak
I
up
would
all the
say you make a list of what's very important to you to what's least important to you. And then, and really be conscious and true with yourself
Right.
to what's important to you as a husband, to what's least important. And then when you are with people and you're interviewing them,
Dating,
AKA dating, then you see if they measure up with your list. And if you have 10 things on a list and they at the top 5 or 6, then you're doing great because you're never gonna get 100%. Hell, you
Never.
ain't 100%.
Never, ever.
And so you're gonna get about 60 to 70%. 10% you'll never have. 10% we need to work on, and the other is they either have it and you're gonna grow together, but you need to. If it's not on your list, then it ain't for you because that's not what's important. Especially if the top 5 things ain't there.
But
everybody needs work.
I have trouble because I see the good in everyone. Like even if someone's like all my friends will be like, that's a fucking bad person.
Yeah.
They're just a bad person. I'll be like, but this.
No,
They
you just
went
gotta take
through-
it
ain't
for
no
what
but.
Maybe
it
they're
is.
like this because they went through this in their childhood and this. Like I make up.
But
this
then you
entire
also
story in my
need to
head.
have like
You know what I mean?
accountability. Like,
Yeah.
yes, we all go through things in our childhood, but like when you become an adult, like that person needs to be held accountable for the things that they are doing.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you can't just be like, oh, like he's a mass murderer because
All right.
he didn't have parents in his life.
Or he's just angry because he's been through things.
Like
Yeah.
no,
You've
you
been
know
through
you're
things.
killing
Everyone
people.
has.
Everybody
Yeah.
has.
I guess it's just
Yeah.
And I can't
That's
be
true.
your B if we ain't having sex. So,
You can't what?
I can't be your B if we ain't having sex.
Your B.
Yeah. So,
So there needs to be
how
attraction.
how important is dick size then? So here's the thing. Like what if you met and I'm gonna
course
just give
Bonnie
physical.
asked
Of
this.
course, that's why
This is a serious question.
I know, right? But it's true because I don't like them too big because that's a lot of.
that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's and I'm tired of these men talking about, I'm care. That's so big. Would you even know what to do with it? Put it. Do you know what you're doing with it? Is the question. Okay, So how important is that if you've met the guy that has everything else going for him? Oh, he's funny. He's sensitive.
You just need to
he's
work.
listening to you, and he's got a great
Does
job.
he know how to
and
work?
then you have sex. I'm like,
with what he has, though.
You just have to do other
So he
things.
doesn't know how to use it.
No,
because
what if it's
I've
not
heard
there?
If it's okay, so
what if there's nothing to learn? I mean, I don't have that. I don't.
So
think.
you just have to
But
know what's important to you, like she said, like your list. Like,
No,
is,
Can you
Sex is
have a
important.
great guy and bad
Sex-
sex
is
forever?
important. No,
Okay.
no, you teach.
Okay, but what if
him
it's
what
so
you like.
small?
But if it's so small, then
I'm not
he
saying
just-
that's happening.
He
I'm
just
just
don't
saying.
know how to use it.
Yeah. No, it's not
Because
happening.
I think sometimes it can be small, and if you know how to use it, then
Oh, for
it's
sure.
wonderful.
A little
So I think
I
that
was like,
sometimes they don't know how to use it, and maybe they haven't been with a lot of women,
Right.
and they haven't had a lot of experience
Yeah.
in sex. So
Medium is perfect if you know
but what's
what's
medium?
going on.
Medium for some women is a 10. Medium for other women is a 6.
10.
So it just depends. You know, they say, I'm just saying.
Scary,
I-
but
I've
yeah,
never measured.
but I know what you mean.
But women do measure. I've never measured.
Yeah.
And men measure their own penis to say
Yeah.
what they have. But
Yeah.
What was your list? You were talking about that list. You
Oh, I had a list, girl.
Let's know your top 5.
Like
Top 5, Mom.
Okay,
Don't
so
go on.
I was with older women, so I didn't want a man that cheated.
loyal.
Yeah, had to be very loyal, and I wanted someone that was gonna let me be independently me. And then he couldn't hide money from me, so it was all in the same pool.
I'm hiding the one.
Yeah,
Right.
so-
I'm doing that. You don't get to do that.
No, I don't even hide it from him. I do put, money aside for a rainy day,
Emergency.
and he knows. Yeah, he
For
knows.
my next
I ain't got some money. But so, and if he did cheat, he couldn't bring a kid home because I had a really good friend that had to live through that, and that shit was horrible.
Jeez.
And so, if we had a problem, and you accidentally cheated with this beautiful skinny lady.
Or do you accidentally?
Accidentally.
No, yeah, because
Do you
I think when you're
accidentally-
working is intimate, and sometimes you just
I don't believe in accidents.
no, I do because sometimes when you're at work, it's intimate, and women and men are just attracted.
Like,
to
why
each
can't you do
other.
your work here?
And-
You can be
Right.
remote.
Everybody come over.
Everybody come over. Let's all. I'll make
We
the
gonna
food.
all work together.
Exactly.
Let me help you.
And so, but if he ever had a kid on me, that was the line.
Yeah.
Period. But if you just had a mistake, then we can discuss that because I'm a hoe. So I'm a hoe in my bedroom. So I'm gonna
Not a real hoe. Tucker's like, oh, you're my
Y'all don't know Betty Wright.
Hello, sister.
Do you know Betty Wright? Y'all don't know Betty Wright.
Wait.
Betty
Wait, not
Wright.
Betty
The
White. Betty
first
Wright.
time- Betty Wright.
Okay.
Oh, look her up, honey.
Was she the
And
one that
listen
did
to
the
her
song?
music. Yeah, the song.
She did the song. That's the first time she made love. Oh,
girl.
Lord.
And
Yeah,
so
that's the
I feel like
No, you ain't
then
gonna
we
play that
actually have a
song.
problem that we need to work on. But if you have a baby, then you've had a relationship.
Oh, that's
Your ass
true.
need to go.
That's true.
So
I don't
that
think
was on my
cheating
list.
is a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that at all.
But what about him himself? Oh, sorry.
What do you mean himself? What?
Because your qualifications are mostly like,
What I would accept and not accept.
yeah, nothing about the person. Like, oh, this person needs to have a career. This person needs to
I
have
didn't think
this,
that way.
But even that's
what
great.
he needed, I didn't think about what kind of money you made or anything like that.
Do you think that matters though?
It didn't matter to me at that time.
But looking at it now, do you think it matters? Be honest.
No.
No.
My husband makes good money, but that
Maybe
didn't
that's why
matter
you don't think it
when I
matters.
was looking for a husband. I was looking for someone that was going to make me feel like a queen and treated me right. So I had guidelines on how you treat me because I need you to treat me good on the worst day, not on the best day.
Yeah.
So if you were at the point that you wanted to choke the shit out of me, how are you going to treat me that day? Because on our worst day, how are you going to treat me?
Yeah.
Because it's easy to treat me good on a good day. But on our worst day, how are you going to treat me? So I was about how you treated me
Right.
And if you were gonna be a good father,
like financial things,
and all of the finances came later because I wasn't really thinking about finances.
Right.
But she used to make us write a list in high school, girl. I'm like, I'm trying to have 10 boyfriends. What you talking about?
So your chapter changes. Like my
That's
chapter
so
changed
true.
once my youngest child got to be a senior. My chapter was changing, and then it became about me. And like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I was a stay-at-home mom, and now what am I gonna do? My identity was her mama and his wife, and you know, so mine wasn't about being an empty nester because I wanted them to go abroad. I wanted them to travel the world, and when they got ready to settle down, I wanted them to come home. But so mine was more about me. Like, what am I gonna do? I just feel like you need to write a list, and then you won't be judging, and you'll know what type of person you want.
So when I was sitting in my car, like before coming here, it's really dark on the street. Like the street is not so lit, but like my street is. So I could sit in my car at night and I feel like fine. Yeah. Because like the lighting is real lit. So when I was sitting out here before I came, a guy was walking up, but it's like so dark, and so I just immediately locked my doors. And so
why
like,
wouldn't you? Yeah.
So I just immediately locked my doors. But like when he walked past, I was just like, was I just judging or
no?
just,
You're being safe,
or being like safe. Like
as you get older, you got to figure out things pretty quickly.
About I'm out here by myself, like, and I was just like looking around. I was like, no one has like their porch light on anymore. It's really dark.
That's not judging. That's just being safe.
And so
I think that's a part of it.
He was just like minding his business.
But if you wouldn't have locked it, if a different type of person walked by, that's kind of judging.
Here's a weird thing that happened. My ex-husband, very beautiful black man, locks. And one time we were living in the neighborhood I live in now, and he was going for a run. He goes, I'm going to go for a run. I think I mentioned this to you too, Becca. He says, I'm going to go for a run. 5 minutes later, he came back. I was like, I thought you were going for a run. What happened? He goes, there was a cop on the street. I said, I don't. Why can't you go for it? He goes, there's a cop on the street, Vanya. I'm a black man with a hoodie on. You want me running on the street? And it didn't
like connect with me. And I'm talking, this is, how long have I been in LA? About 14 years. So this is about 14 years ago. It didn't connect with me because we're both from DC. I don't know. I just don't think about that as much there.
And so what nationality are you?
Black.
Oh.
Black and Korean.
Oh, okay.
And, Blasian.
So your mom's Korean?
No, my ex and my dad is Korean and black.
Oh, okay.
War baby.
And your mom is?
Black and American Indian.
Oh, okay.
American Indian. Like all of us. And then, but the other day, some cops came to my house because I called them for something. Well, my current boyfriend called them for something. My current boyfriend is white. He started yelling at the cops at the door, and I'm thinking, and they were looking down at the floor.
God.
You're right. I'm thinking,
that would have never happened with a black man.
No.
When and this was 2 days ago, and when we shut the door, I said, first of all, what? Wow. I said, now I get it. He goes, what do you mean? I said, privilege.
Privilege.
I said,
white privilege.
Absolutely.
I would. Not that somebody is going to. I said, if you kept yelling at them, they were probably going to kill me. Do you understand? Like, I wouldn't have been talking, but they're like, who do we kill? That one. Yeah. But they were looking down at the ground, saying, oh, you're right. I'm like, I have seen it all. He goes, I guess I never thought about that. Somebody pulled out a badge. He goes, so you got a badge. Anybody can have a badge. I wore a badge like that for Halloween. I don't know who you are. And the guy's like, you're right.
What? Yeah.
I was done.
Man, he would have said, can you step outside?
Yeah. And then I was done. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I said, I'd never seen it. And now I see it.
And in this environment today, the racism is so rampant. You know, the racism is rampant. And so you really have to be careful today. We always had to
flames. That's why I didn't watch the news.
Yeah. We always had to be careful, but now we really need to be careful.
But doesn't that blow your mind how, not just with race, but with everything, like, we live our lives, we see the world based on our perspectives, based off our own personal experiences, how we were brought up, like what interactions we had with each other as kids, like what we've seen, what we've been through, like, So like your current boyfriend didn't see it while you
He's
saw
never had experienced it. Yeah, he goes like,
so like, doesn't that blow your mind sometimes that we can live in totally different worlds?
Same world?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's in coach and someone's in first class.
We're on different like wavelengths. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
And I know.
It's so weird.
Here's what I thought to myself. I'm like, I never want to hear you complain about shit in your life because you're fucking, I'm not saying he has it or anything like that, but you're in
Pretty
a way
much.
living a different life.
Pretty much.
You know?
So his tolerance is probably lower than people who have dealt with more real shit. You know?
Right, like,
Because it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
like,
can be.
something happened to me today. Like, mofo, it just, like comparatively speaking, it's just,
like every day I walk out of here, I got to put on a fucking mask.
right.
You can just go out and be yourself and it's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't think I could ever date or marry out of my race because I would feel like you never have shit to worry about. And we got to worry about every single day.
I think they need to see
what's
that.
going to happen.
I think they need to see that,
And
though.
how they going to see it?
I think he got shocked.
Entitled and they're very privileged and
But there are
white
some
right and,
white men who are woke.
I just think they don't know. I just think, just like
no, they
I
don't know
didn't.
because they have to grow up with it.
What's that? Because they didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
I think they just don't know. That's why they need to see it.
You the first black woman you ever dated?
I typically am. I think for a lot of like, a lot of the.
And
if
then
I
they
did-
have no black male friends.
Oh, he does.
Oh, he does.
And he's from Rhode Island, so he's got a little bit of chutzpah about him. Hey, East Coast. The East Coast guys, my last boyfriend was Korean. And we were together for about 10 years, and we were probably the most simpatico, I would think. But, and it's funny because you were talking about your list, and I think in my list, it's a thing that constantly evolves.
Yes.
You know, the more you change. I'm different than the girl I was in my 20s. Oh, God, that young lady. And then the person that I was in my 30s and now 40. And it's just, that just constantly
It
evolves.
does evolve.
You know? And
Yeah, because what I was looking for in my 20s when I got married is different than what I'm looking for now. So once the kids were gone, now I wanted him to be
right.
about me. And I wanted to, so the bottom of my list became the top of my list.
Right.
So it was like, oh, are you dating me today?
Yes.
Are you bringing me flowers just
I'm a
because?
dater.
I would love I know. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So now
I miss
want him to
flowers.
go give me gifts, and I want him to treat me as if we're just met because now I want to be courted.
Yeah.
And I know women don't even know what courting is today, but
Yes, I
I want to
do.
be dated and courted, and you woo me
Right.
now because now it's just
I do
about me.
miss
I don't need
that.
to think about. Are you a good father? Are you a good provider? Are you
That's
a
true.
good husband?
That's
You know,
crazy. I
because
didn't
now
think
my
about
kids
that.
are
Yeah.
grown, and
Yeah.
we've
So
done
it's
that.
all about you.
I
That
feel
must
like
be
the
nice.
guys that I've dated felt like I pushed that too much. And that's the only thing that I say. I don't, even now at this age, I don't quite know me now. Like, I hear guys will say, you're kind of a diva. And I'm like, I think it's the voice. Now tell me, I said, I think it's the voice. I have a deep voice and I'm very direct. I said, I think you're seeing something that I'm not, but whatever,
Right.
fuck you. But so, I don't
okay
know.
To be a diva.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, it's all about you. I'm like, well, my place,
Yeah.
whatever.
And?
But then that's kind of how I was raised, and I don't know. I don't know. They want to be more equals, especially outside the race. They want to be more like, well, we're equals, though, right? I'm like, all right, I guess so.
Equal meaning what?
Like, okay, here's the thing. I see couples, like the other day I saw this couple sitting together and the girl was getting him stuff and putting things down for him. Like, here you go. And he felt very manly, you could tell.
Right.
And he snuggled up close to her and she snuggled into him. And she's like, do you have everything you need? I'm not that.
Right.
I'm sitting next to my man like, where's my stuff? And I'm like, and I said something, we're like high five. Like, you're funny. Anyway.
And you sit on his lap on the toilet.
Right. Oh, well, that was another
You're
one.
that girlfriend.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking, I want that. I want what they have, but I think I have to like
Be who you are.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
you should still be.
I don't
who
know,
you
like
are.
take some things. I think
I think
right?
you can be who you
No.
are, but also
Then I gotta get them things and make them food. or
Like I
something?
hate I shouldn't say
like
hate.
that?
I don't like to be like submissive because that's not like who I am.
Right.
But I think in certain
They like that, though,
aspects, you can be submissive, and then like then they're submissive too in certain things.
So like Roland was always gone. That's my husband's name. He was always gone. But I needed to allow him to be head. Because I'm not trying to win the fight. I'm just trying to win the war. So I had to let him be head in order. If I needed him to do it or not. I need you. I need you to go get my water. I need you to go do this. But it didn't matter if I needed him to do it or not. I just needed him to be needed.
If you make him feel needed, then he'll go do all the things that you know. Okay.
That's great.
Vanya's taking notes.
I'm like, how do I?
Because if we're gonna always wear the pants and be that strong, because we're like thunder and lightning. He's the quiet storm. I'm the storm. So he's very quiet, and you think,
and you're okay with that,
and I'm okay with that. But
right,
he can be a quiet storm sometimes.
I'll be like, Dad's coming home. That's Todd right now for sure.
Everybody
he was called management. They called him the management.
No, we still call him management.
Yeah.
We're like, management is here.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to let them be the man because we want a man.
We do.
So you gotta let them
I want to be the diva, but I want a man too. I need you to step up. All right. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
they like that. All right. I'll work on that.
Let's just wrap this up. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me tonight for having us.
Until we meet again.
There we go.
Until we meet again. Yes.
Bye.
Wrong camera.
Every time you like turning around.
I'm a Peggy camera.
Honey, pose.
What's Peggy doing?
There's that diva again. Pose, honey.